This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Apparition Scents, an outdoor and sporting goods company based in Dillard, Pennsylvania. All of their scents developed and hand bottled with strict attention being paid to every detail. Contact them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. 100% lethal or your money back guaranteed. Get a hold of them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. Everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls. Got Dave Young here with me, co-host. Dan Hall can't be with us this evening. He's out of town. He's working again. So,
what's up, everybody?
So we got Dave Young here on production, and we've got special guest Tavin Dillard here with us this evening. He's been doing comedic relief since 2006. In a different, comedic style, doing shorts on YouTube and things like that. He's on Instagram. He's got a major following here on Facebook. So we're doing our Facebook Live here this evening, so be sure to tune in on that. So without further ado, Tavin Dillard, how you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Mike and Dave? How are y'all doing?
We're
Dan tonight, you say?
What's that? Are you there?
I'm just asking if Dan didn't make it, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, Dan couldn't make it, so... You know, he's...
Well, I ain't mad at it.
Well, we'll have to let him know.
Yeah. We are, though. I mean...
Yeah.
I'm like, man. You guys are going to have to work that out. I mean, I don't know how y'all working things out, but y'all will have to have a talk with Dan later. I mean, if he's just... When y'all are, eating with him next time or just getting together, and he's like, hey, was Tavin mad at me? I just want you to let him know for my trailer park, I wasn't mad at him. And then y'all handle it however y'all handle it.
Yeah, so you're from the Chancellor Park there, huh?
Yeah, I live in Chancellor Park. I'm about 3 trailers down from my Meemaw. It's better that way. So.
Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, your Meemaw, she likes for you to do them, take all that stuff off the shelf there so she can do her spring cleaning and dusting, huh?
Oh, yeah, she got a shelf full of baby dolls. I mean, she got them little Pioneer gals. They got them in their little dresses, and you can't touch them, and you can't. She don't really want you to look at them, but I don't want to look at a baby doll. They scare you. Their eyes never close.
Yeah.
Mike, the one she's got ain't got eyelids. They always open.
And she throws stuff at you, too, but she won't throw the baby dolls.
She won't throw no baby doll. No, that's $high stuff to her.
$high, yeah. That's her retirement there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she got a lot of money riding on them baby dolls, and she'll fight tooth and nail anybody that comes in. My brother stole one around Christmas time to try to get money for a battery on a remote control car, and boy, she had me track him down, and she put a hurting on him. But it gets serious, y'all. It gets serious when it comes to Meemaw's baby dolls.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with old Meemaw, huh? Well,
no, but my don't about it.
Yeah, so we're kind of doing our fishing segments here on our podcast, and Oh
yeah, this ain't a baby doll show.
No, not a baby doll show. But so you do some fishing there. He gives you some lessons, old Cliff Pace.
Oh yeah, I get out there on the water with Bass Pro, Cliff Pace, and I try to help him out best I can.
Yeah.
He's a good old boy. We get out there. I hooked him though once. I hooked him with a treble hook in the arm, and we still friends after that.
Yeah. Well, he's got to love you if you're friends after that. That hurts.
Yeah, it sure did, and he made me. I basically performed minor surgery out there in the water, helping him yank that thing out of his arm. And I didn't get like a doctor certificate or nothing signed off. I felt like I earned something, but you do what you can out there. Things happen.
He come out there one day and he was fishing out of his live well. Did you have any luck there?
You seen them though? They're basically like little baby ponds inside the boat.
Yeah,
is what you're dealing with. And then I lifted that thing up. I was like, looky here, them the bass I've been looking for, like that way. But the lake is so big. I mean, different lakes is different sizes, but the lake it was so big, and I was like, boy, I could probably drop it in this little boat pond or whatever you call it, but I couldn't even catch them out of there. I don't know if it was the bait. I'm not sure what happened that day, but some days on the water you just don't have no luck.
Yeah, well, you was about ready to switch your bait out, and he threw him back in the water.
Yeah, I thought that was my prize. He pulled that out. I was like, well, yeah, let me take that home. And he tossed that back, and the chances of me, like I didn't run the math, I didn't go to school for math. I ain't a mathologist, but I figured it was going to be way harder for me to catch that bass once it was back in the lake. So I was out of there.
Yeah.
You can only spend so much time on the water when you feel like, okay, y'all win today. I'll be back another day kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's for sure. Huh. You hate them bird nests too when you're out there fishing, you get them bird nests in your rods and.
I wish I knew how to make them stop, but I'm like some people are bass pros and bass master. I'm like a bird nest master, and I don't even know how I do it.
Bird nest
but
master.
It knotted up there. Mm. Yeah, bird nest master.
Yeah,
bird nest pro, but I don't think I can get sponsorship for that kind of stuff,
No, I don't believe so. That'd be kind of hard. But
yeah, it's not really. It can be pretty impressive. I will tell you that. Some of the bird nests I get, pretty impressive for, you out there about 3 minutes, and I'm already done knotted up like that away. So I will tell you that I'm breaking records on that end, but them ain't the records I want to break.
Yeah.
Mike?
What about the distance with your casting ability? Is that pretty good compared to Cliff's?
It's hit and miss. I'll be honest with you. It's hit and miss. I mean, there's some times where everything comes, it's just a perfect storm. And I have impressed Cliff with the casting, but the thing about it is the consistency. Like can you do it every time? And I ain't there yet, but I can wing it out there pretty good every now and again.
Yeah, I hear you. So in Chancellor Park there, it's cannonball season and, watermelon helmet season. So y'all down there at the local pool, downtown pool, y'all hang out down there a pretty good bit during the summer.
Yeah, well, I'm a mowing legend. I'm mowing edge and grass cutting legend. I do mowing lawns, so there's a lot of, and they growing this summer. So, but I end up at the city pool in the afternoon. Now, sometimes I'll start the day at the pool. My Meemaw, though, she get a water aerobics class down there, and if she meet up with this gal, Mabel Childress, they basically don't like each other at all, but they in the same class because I think they both got a crush on Coach Hicks. He lead the water aerobics class.
Okay.
And so I'll get down there, but I gotta pick my spots, when I'm going to get down there to city pool. And you can do a cannonball in the lake too, but I ain't as excited about that because y'all know how it is. You get in the lake, you don't know what's under that. You can't see like city pool. So I don't know. I know y'all fish, but do y'all do much noodling? Because that's, you sticking your arm in a muddy riverbank. That's stuff that I have a little hard time with.
Yeah, I got
they snapping turtles under there. You could get a catfish, but you could get a snapping turtle. You get a water moccasin on your arm. You can get all kinds of things. And so I'd rather not cannonball in a lake, but I do. If that's the body of water that's around me, I ain't going to say no.
I hear you. You've kind of improvised the watermelon helmet there. You've got some different slots and different clips that you can hang stuff on that thing now.
Yeah, what I've come up with recently, the standard watermelon helmet it'll keep you cool in the summertime, and you get that watermelon. It probably moisturizes your scalp. I don't know. I didn't go to school for hair neither, but I do know that it cools you off, and you don't want to eat. If you empty out a watermelon for a helmet, you don't want to eat all that. You definitely want to share it because it'll tear your guts up. But you can take it to a picnic or whatever. And then you wear that helmet. You get the right size. You got to learn how to pick them. You got to eyeball it and say, does that watermelon, is that the size of my head, or is that going to be too small or too big? So there's a little bit of an art to it. And then they don't last long. You can keep them in the freezer, and I have put them in the freezer. But I'll tell y'all guys right now, the problem I run into with the freezer stuff is is a brain freeze. When you put on a frozen watermelon helmet, I mean, you ain't got more than 37 seconds on your head before you feel like you ate a snow cone too fast.
So, I'd say, good Lord. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's definitely an art to it, just a standard watermelon helmet. Then, I got one with a chin strap this season, just so, if you back cramping or whatever, it ain't going to just bounce off your head. And I got the snack helmet where you can attach, different snacks to it. I mean, from a donut to a bag of hot fries, bag of Funyuns, even them hot Funyuns, don't matter, how, but that kind of thing. So
sticky
real
little,
versatile.
Sticky a little Star Crisp in there, Star Crunch.
Yep, you can get a Star Crunch wedged in there if you got the right slot cut out.
Yeah.
You can use them corn cobberies, for the corn on the cob. They got them things where you poke in the end of it, but I just poke it in the rind of the watermelon, and I'm basically pinning them snacks to my helmet so I can hold on to the handlebars of my bike into town. Now you got to be careful. You got a thin rind. You about to poke your own head with that corn cobbery, and so like I say, there's an art to it.
Yeah. Now, are you using those while you're on the rider too, or you just push mow?
Oh, I push mow mostly. If I'm on like a rider or like a zero turn, that's one that somebody that hired me to cut lawns let me borrow. Otherwise, I ain't got.
Right.
I ain't got my own zero turn, and I ain't got my own riding lawnmower, but I got a push mower, and that gets a lot of stuff done.
But you wear the helmet while you're mowing?
Sometimes, yeah. You can do that. Now, you got to be careful because once you start getting watermelon juice in your hair, you know how it is in summertime, dirt daubers, the waspers, the little bugs want to come around and say, hello, pickle-boon. And I don't really want to.
Yeah. So have you ever thought about marketing these helmets, maybe selling them?
I don't know how I would, y'all guys. I mean, we can talk about this, how we would keep them. I mean, I think you're going to have to be, they'd have to be, they can't be made out of real watermelon if they're going to last. I mean, a good watermelon helmet lasts a day and a half. If you freeze it, I mean, it can last a while, but like I said, the cold ones, you can't wear that long. And then if you let it dry out, it looks like you thawed out a watermelon and it's a soggy rind. Then there ain't really no protection if you fall off your bike because the rind is so soft, it's like something you'd throw at a snapping turtle, but you wouldn't wear it on your head.
Now, back to the cannonballs. You recently got hurt doing one, didn't you?
I mean, that comes with the territory. You can get hurt doing cannonballs. Is that what you asked? If I got injured?
Yeah, I thought you got injured there. Somebody had threw something in the pool there while you was doing a cannonball.
Well, you're talking about that's Mabel Childers. That's who you're talking. Mabel Childers is the lady that goes rounds with Mima down at the city pool. Well, I get out there one summer, and I'm walking by Mabel, and she opted for the two-piece that swimsuit season, and she 80, 90 years old, and so she under an umbrella, and then I walked by her because you make eye contact with a lady like a grandma age. She gonna want to have a conversation with you, so I just try to ignore her and walk on to the diving board. Well, I walk by Mabel and I just hear her say, "Little sunscreen for Nanny's back," and I'm thinking, well, she ain't talking to me. And then I keep walking, and she say it again. She goes, "Little sunscreen for Nanny's back." Well, fine. I turn and look, and she holding a can of Easy Cheese, and she's shaking it at me. You know the cheese you squirt out the bottle?
Yep, that's what it was.
Cracker or whatever. Huh. And I said, Mabel, firstly, that ain't sunscreen. And B, I ain't touching your back with none of that, like Attaway. So I let it be, and so I'm getting to the injury part. So just so y'all guys know.
Yeah.
And so I get over to the diving board because that's where the best place to launch at the city pool for a cannonball. And I get up there on the diving board, and I'm, stretching my haunches out a little bit, getting ready to go, and then you kind of bounce on the end of the diving board like that away. And perfect form, like you bring the knees up under my chin, like you would your hands underneath your chin at a J.C. Penney photo shoot,
Oh, yeah.
them little pictures. But it's my knees underneath my chin because I'm good form. I got a hold to my anklage and perfect form. Well, I hit the water, and all of a sudden my left arm feels like it's numb. Like I can't feel nothing in my left arm. Well, then I come up out of the water, and I got easy cheese all up and down my elbow and my arm, everything. And then Mabel snickering underneath that beach blanket she had over there in her two-piece, and she just said, "Zinger," like she hit her target kind of thing. And she used to play softball with my Meemaw. She got a good arm. I mean, she could throw you out from shell a shortstop, home base. So anyhow, I look next to me, and they're floating like a message in a bottle, and the city pool is a can of easy cheese. And Mabel's just laughing and thinking it's the funniest thing. And Coach Hicks, he's the one who's the head lifeguard. He's the one that leads that water aerobics class. He blowed the whistle on her, and they had to clear out the city pool because you can't have easy cheese in the water. There's a lot of things you can't have in the water in the city pool, or they blow the whistle on you. And I got injured. I mean, it wasn't like a leg injury, which would really stop you from, cannonballing long term. But it was one of those things by the end of the night, I got feeling back in my arm, but she got a strong throw. She winged it in there, and she lost the can of easy cheese, and then they had to clear the pool. It takes a while. When there's lightning coming and a storm coming and they say everybody out the pool for 30 minutes, that's one thing. But this is, fishing easy cheese out of a city pool, it's here and it's there. Boy, it's like you just chasing something around for a while. So, and some of it fall to the bottom. I didn't know. I thought it'd float, but apparently it sank. So they had to do that. I was done. And then Coach, basically Mabel got time out that day. She didn't even get to get in the pool because, what she did.
They confiscated it, huh?
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, they confiscated the cheese there.
No, she couldn't have it. She goes, "I bet there's some left." And he goes, "Well, you ain't going to find out, Mabel." That's what he said to her.
He got a little rough with her, didn't he?
Yeah, that's how you kind of have to speak to her because she thinks she's going to run the world, and she ain't. She just run her mouth, truth be told.
Running that mouth. Oh,
yep,
man.
That's Mabel.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the bait and tackle shop.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rance Farnhart, he runs the bait and tackle in my town. His mom is Sybil Farnhart. His dad's Jerry Don. Jerry Don and Sybil run the flea market in town. They get all kinds of things, but all I'm saying is they business people. That just run in a family. They can't help but start a business and sell something and make money. And Rance, he run the bait and tackle. He give haircuts out there.
Yeah, y'all recently changed the name, huh?
Yeah, so it was just a bait and tackle shop, and he's like, "Well, we got to name this thing something." So we were talking, and because he served fish and chips out there, he served good fish and chips for a restaurant. So, let me tell you, this ain't your standard just on the lake bait and tackle shop. They got a restaurant out there. They got a patio where people eat, the food. But then also before, the supper rush or whatever, Rance is out there, and he'll give haircuts to his buddies out there. So they renamed it. I helped them come up with a name, but it's called Fish and Clips because, they have fish out there. It's bait and tackle, but they also, cut your hair. So, yeah, that's out there right on the lake. Right on the lake.
Man, you can't beat that. Get a haircut and eat and get your bait and tackle all at one time.
Everything you need. They got 100 yards away. Donnie Wayne Chambliss got a repair shed. So if you got like an ATV or a lawnmower or maybe even a boat motor, he'll be out there to fix them. And because we started having more fishing tournaments in town out on that lake right there by the bait and tackle the last couple of years. So, it's everything you want. You go out there and have a picnic, that kind of thing, or just do some fishing.
Yeah.
I do some fishing. Every now and then I've done some catching, but mostly it's just fishing.
Yeah. So your favorite there in town, though, is the Burger Shed. You really like the Burger Shed.
Yeah, I'm there a lot. I'm probably there 3 days a week. I eat a number 3 combo meal most days, which is a bacon double cheeseburger, curly fries, and Dr. Pepper. Bud, he's the one who owns it, and I've helped him out. I actually got hired to mow his lawn. He lived on the outside of town. So, you never know if you mix business with friendship. When he hired me to start mowing his lawn, I was like, boy, this could go sideways. But he likes the work I'm doing, and I like them burgers he's putting out. So it's a win-win, and he sponsored our softball team too. So so far, we still friends. It's a good place to hang out. So that's where I'm at most right though, because that's right in the middle of town.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's good. I've seen some of them burgers that they serve there with that bacon on there. Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're big. Boy, I fill you up.
Yeah, big burgers. And the donut goals. Tell us a little bit about that.
Donut goals. Well, the thing about there's a donut shop in town for a number of years, but it's only in the last year and a half or so, I'll say that Shane and Cheryl Grubbs, they bought the donut store. They renamed it Donut Goals, and I designed the shirt for them and everything. But Cheryl, she's a cheerleader in high school. Now she's a junior cheer teacher. Her little daughter Maisley, is in the junior cheer team. So she basically coaching little girl cheerleaders, and she running a donut shop at the same time. And I think, all the worlds are going to collide on the 4th of July, because I think she's bringing donuts to the 4th of July parade, but also Maisley and them little gals and them unitards are going to be doing cartwheels down the parade route, for the junior cheer team.
Yeah.
But that's Cheryl Grubbs, that donut goals. They got all kind of donuts. Apple frittler, standard glaze twist, chocolate glaze, you name it.
The chocolate bar.
The chocolate bar. That's good for your eyesight, for your periphery. I mean, you can see left ways, sideways, front ways, and just for your neck strength, all of that is so good.
Yeah. I love me some of them apple frittlers too. Man, I tell you, I could eat them things every day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you want the best health food on the planet, I mean, you go to the donuts. It's good for your knees, good for your lower back, good for seasonal allergies. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's good for about everything, isn't it? Well, one of the things that we like to do during our podcast, I know we're having a good time here this evening, but we want to do a salute to our veterans, so we do a salute to valor. So this evening, we're saluting Travis Ribby from Iowa City, Iowa. He was in the Marine Corps, sergeant. He served, he did his basic at Camp Lejeune. He had 2 tours to Iraq and Afghanistan. He had Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Purple Heart. Wow, he got a Purple Heart. And he was discharged in March 2012. So, Travis, thank you for your service, sir, and God bless you.
Yeah, thanks, Travis.
All right, let's get back into it here. So, you do a weekly podcast as well. Your podcast usually lasts about 25 to 30 minutes or so. Tell us a little bit about the podcast that you do.
Yeah, well, on the Instagrams and the YouTube and the interwebs, I anymore, I do like 15, 20-second videos, but some folks are interested in the longer stories, and the podcast, as you guys probably know, is a better fit for you got more to say. So
yeah.
That's how that go. The old, 25, 30, just what's going on in town. Right now I'm kind of taking them through the spring, summer softball league, and then all the stuff that goes on in town, with cannonball season, watermelon helmet season in full swing. We got obviously the 4th of July coming up, big celebrations. So I just try to keep folks in the loop, and that's just called the Tavin Dillard podcast. That's the easiest way I could figure to name it.
So you do live shows as well?
Yeah, I do live shows. I've done quite a few over the years, and this summer I'm just doing one. I only got one lined up right now in July the 22nd, so it's a little less than a month in Newkirk, Oklahoma, and I'll be out there at a place called the K County Amphitheater. It's a free show, and it's actually outside, middle of town. You driving by, honk, kind of thing. I'll be there. But I do live shows.
Good deal. Cool. So there's a lot of different things there that you offer on your website down at the bottom. Tell our listeners about some of those other things that you offer and do.
Well, let's see. I think the biggest thing I've been doing lately is personal video greetings, which I didn't know. I'd done them for years, but I forgot to tell anybody. I'd never made a video really lately that said, hey, I do these. And so I've been shooting videos for people. I did a bunch for Mother's Day, a bunch for Father's Day, birthdays, where I just give people a hello. And then what's the other? I got a bag of bacon now. Tavin's bacon bag. It's my face right there on the bag, and then you open it up. It's a refillable bag, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know who doesn't finish their bacon once they open it, but it's an option.
Yeah, yours don't last. Your bacon bag, your original bacon bag is very disposable because it don't last long, like what you're saying. It's just basically like a wrap.
There you go. Yeah, it's just a wrapper.
Yep, just a wrapper.
Yep. So I got that going on, and then these different shirts of places in town, that's available, and that's how people like to wear some of the stuff like the donut goals and my lawn mowing shirt, the burger shed shirt, stuff like that. We we got going on.
Yeah,
So
you got a lot of merchandise.
I got a what?
You got a lot of merchandise there that you've created for your town, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where early on there wasn't much, and then folks would say, "I want that on a shirt," and I'd be kind of like, "Do you though?" And then another person would say, "No, we want it." And you sure about that? And then enough people say it, you're like, "Okay, well, let's see." And then that's the way to go. I learned. Sometimes I had ideas. I'm like, "I'm gonna put this on a shirt," but nobody asked for it, and then you learn, "Oh, nobody wanted that one." So you gotta know how to listen to your friends a little bit. I learned.
Yeah, and the hats. I tell you, you wear some comical hats that's from back in the day. I mean, like the big high bill Dr. Pepper and 7-Up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a 7-Up and a Miller Yeller and Dr. Pepper, and then I got a Vienna sausage hat. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Man,
I need to get that for my house.
So you're a Vienna sausage fan, huh? So see, we carry those when we're hunting. We take them out in our pack and stuff in the tree stand. Do you do a lot of hunting or anything, or is it just basically fishing?
I got friends that hunt, and I don't know why they have not invited me yet. I'm not sure about that, but I'm getting close to inviting myself. I got a buddy named Clay Newcomb who he hunts bears, he hunts deers, and he ain't took me out yet. And I'm full grown man. I ain't gotta wait for an invitation. I just need to say, "Hey, buddy, tomorrow morning I'll be on your front porch," or like that, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Now you ventured out and done a little squirrel hunting on your own, haven't you?
Yeah, you can pick up a bunch of squirrels, and I can catch a squirrel. There's a girl in our trailer park, Candy Dilroy. She caught a full-grown crow. She caught squirrels. I don't know why or how, but she said, "Well, they're easy to catch." And I'm thinking, well, this is something easy to do, Candy. Don't mean you got to do it. But she caught a crow, and oh boy, I don't know if you ever seen a crow that's rebarist, but I mean his little shoulders droop. I don't know, truth be told, where a crow's shoulders start and his neck stops, but his shoulders was drooping. I'm pretty sure because he got caught by 8-year-old. And I mean, I'm thinking, what do you want me to do, little crow? You got wings. This is on you.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I wonder. I could tell that that crow didn't speak English, but he could look at me, and his little eyes would go like bank bank, like his eyes would look at me like bank bank, and he's kind of saying like, "Please, sir, can you help me?" He didn't say that with his little beak, but that's what I thought. He's probably thinking. But that's when I got this idea, I'm basically like a hostage negotiator at this point. I said, "Well, Candy, you love that crow?" She goes, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in a little dress and we're gonna have a tea party." Well, that was news to the crow. Boy, you said he thought he was prepared for. He's looking up at me like, "Please, sir," and I was like, trying to think real quick. And I said, "Well, if you love that crow, Candy, you let that thing go, and if it flies back, it is meant to be at your tea party," kind of thing. Well, boy, that crow looked at me like, "Bank, bank, this might work," and then Candy's like, "Okay, Tavin," like it made sense to her too. Well, she let that thing go, and he floated away. I mean, he's gone. And hey, I'm hoping, Candy did us a favor. He might tell his other crow friends, and they stay away from our trailer park because they'll take a whole bag of Funyuns if you got it half open, or
yeah,
hot fries or anything.
Yeah.
They don't care, man. Them smart birds. So that's why I was confused on how they got caught by an 8-year-old, but that's how that went. So, yeah, I mean, I could stand to do a little more hunting, truth be told.
Yeah. Yeah, we enjoy hunting. Dave over here.
Yeah, you got some bucks on the wall in your office.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you need a buck on your wall there in the donut shop.
Now, who killed them? Who's responsible for catching them fellers?
These right here were taken by my brother, and the one in the center there was taken by my father. So I don't have any of mine up here. Mine's at my house. So
that's a good setup right there.
Yeah. So let's let's talk a little bit more about your bacon bag there. Where can people get that at?
If they go to TavinDillard.com, there's a link on the front page, Tavin's Bacon Bag. And if they find me on the social medias, the TikTok and Instagram, there's a link, in my bio there on that page, and it takes people to all the stuff, that I have there, the bacon bags there, and the greetings or the shirts or that kind of thing.
Now,
it's all pretty easy to find there.
Is the bacon bag offered in stores or is it just online?
It's just online. Well, there's a restaurant in Boise, Idaho called Bacon Boise, and they have them for sale in their store. They're the ones who make it, and I partnered with them. And so if you going through Boise, Idaho, and you go into Bacon Boise, yeah, you can get a Tavin's bag of bacon. But other than that, it's online.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I think Dave's got our scripture of the day he's going to do here in just a second. You ready? Or
yes, sir.
Did I catch you on the spot?
No, we're good, man. I got it. I got it loaded.
All righty.
Got both barrels loaded on this one.
Let's go.
I know we talked on a previous podcast about one of these, 1 Peter 3:10 out of the Passion Translation. I really like the Passion Translation. I say that every episode. Anyway, for the scripture tells us, whoever wants to embrace true life and find beauty in each day must stop speaking evil, hurtful words, and never deceive in what they say. Always turn from what is wrong, cultivate what is good, and eagerly pursue peace in every relationship. Make that your prize. Nice. I think that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty good.
You know, it's just kind of like rules for living, you know, and good-hearted people. Yeah. That's what they want to do. They want peace in relationships. You know, they don't want all the drama. They don't want all the, lying and all that kind of stuff, cheating and everything.
Yep. I'd say,
that's right.
I'd say Tavin's learned a little bit of that with, what was it? What was her name? Mabel?
Yeah.
Mabel Childress.
Yeah.
She fired.
She didn't want peace.
No, she didn't want peace. No.
I mean, hey, you got to go after it like real intentional, if you bike ramping into a lake and you got to hit that ramp head on. That's the same thing. I mean, if you're going to get after peace or all that stuff, boy, you got to be steady focused. You don't want to start wobbling or go sideways. You got to really run at it pretty hard. That's the way I see it.
Right. You don't want any peace road rash. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, that's true. You got to really be serious about getting it.
Well, Tavin, we appreciate you coming on this evening. I
appreciate y'all guys having me.
I keep saying your name wrong. Tavin, sorry.
That's okay. I respond to a lot of things.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't have cared. So, but we appreciate you coming on this evening. And like we said, everybody, there's a link to his page there, his Facebook page, and that'll get you on all of his social media networks. That'll get you to his website.
Hey, Mike and Dave.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell Dan I ain't mad at him.
You're not gonna be mad now? Okay. All
right.
We'll make sure he knows.
Well, I'm going to tell him I am mad at him.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you guys. Hey, like I said,
we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to hash it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We missed him, but what can we do?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. He missed a good time, that's for sure. Well, we appreciate you again.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate y'all guys reaching out.
Yes. And be sure to check us out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Check us out on Facebook. Check Tavin out on Facebook. And be sure to check all of his shorts out on YouTube and Instagram and things like that. I spend numerous times laying in the bed watching these shorts that he does because he's hilarious. So, all righty. We appreciate everybody listening.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tavin.
All right. Thank y'all.
Have a good evening.
You're welcome. We'll see you. All right. Y'all too.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching and listening on our Facebook Live. We appreciate all you listeners out there. So be sure to check out Tavin on all of his social media pages and give us a like, a share, and a comment. Share our Facebook videos. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a good night. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Backwater Truck Supply, located at 100 Armor Creek Road in Nitro, West Virginia, right across from the Town & Country Supply. Contact them today at 304-610-8699 or check them out at BackwaterTruckSupplyWestVirginia.com. Backwater Truck Supply specializes in accessorying your ride to your liking, new or old. Does your Jeep or truck need lifted or a leveling kit installed? They've got you covered. New tires or minor automotive repairs? they got you covered there as well, with a full-service lift along with a wheel balancing machine. They are affiliates with some of the top brands in the automotive industry. Contact them today at 304-610-8699 or check them out at BackwaterTruckSupplyWestVirginia.com.